Prepare your credit like the pros. Chapter 22. Removing extra names and addresses from your report. I first learned this tip from Correct Credit Company Incorporated, which has helped more than 20,000 people legally improve their credit. More recently, it has been confirmed by Approval Guard, a credit monitoring service used by one of the major credit card bureaus, and by Chad Kushner, board member of the National Association of Credit Services Organizations. Ideally, you want to have all your accounts and financial dealings under one form of your name. If you are a senior, junior, or third, you want the surname included also in order to separate your credit from other individuals with similar names. Not only will this eliminate confusion, but it has been shown to raise credit scores by 5 to 20 points when extra names come off the report. It appears that the credit bureaus don't want the public to know the secret because they claim it makes no difference. However, the experience of top credit repair specialists says otherwise. They confirm that their clients' scores do improve when superfluous names and addresses are removed. Why? Because the perception of stability increases with one name and long-standing addresses. Stable people pay their bills, so that's what they want to see. We all know a person can be stable and still move a lot, and this is probably why the bureaus deny that it helps. Nevertheless, those who do thousands of credit improvements over decades of time say it does matter. By way of example, if your name is Patricia Mary Scott, and you change your name after marriage to Patricia Mary Patterson, you don't want your credit report to look like this. Patricia Scott, Patty Scott, Patricia M. Scott, Patricia Patterson, Pat Patterson, Pat M. Patterson, Patricia M. Mary Patterson, Patricia M. Patterson, P.M. Patterson. That adds up to 9 names for one woman. If she had good credit and a score of 790, and she got all the names deleted except for Patricia M. Scott and Patricia M. Patterson, her score is likely to top 800, which is something to brag about. However, here's the problem. One you're likely to run into yourself. Let's say she sends a letter stating, Patricia M. Patterson is my only correct and true name, so please delete all others. But then on her credit report, there's an old auto loan that was financed under the name of Patricia Scott. In addition, she has a credit card with the name Pat Patterson. The credit bureaus will not delete those 2 names because they are anchored with an established credit history. In situations like this, you must dispute the old paid-off auto loan as belonging to you as well as an alternate name. In addition, you need to contact your credit card company and have them correct your name on the credit card to the one correct form of your name. After giving them 45 days to update the records, send a notice of correction to the credit bureaus. At the end of this chapter, there is a form letter you can use for deleting incorrect names. It is a good idea to include a copy of your driver's license and security card for verification. Too many addresses. If you happen to have an extraordinarily large number of addresses on your credit report, then you should consider having some of those deleted too. Look for addresses of places where you never lived. Look for your parents' address. If you happen to have an extraordinarily large number of addresses on your report, then you should consider having some of those deleted too. Look for addresses of places where you have never lived. Look for your parents' address. In addition, if there are addresses where you have no credit tied, you can remove those as well. It is normal for a person to move, so having a few addresses on your report is normal and just fine. The addresses of previous mortgages you have had will be on your credit report, and you want to retain those because a mortgage that has been paid on time is an asset to a credit report. On the other hand, if you've had 15 addresses and 5 of them are places you lived, for a year or less with no credit tied, I recommend sending a letter asking for those to be removed. The following are 2 letters that you can use to have superfluous names deleted. Choose the one that best fits your situation. Then following those is a letter you can use to have incorrect addresses deleted. Pro secret about addresses and derogatory credit. If you live on Elm Street when you took out a Visa card that now has late payments or has gone into collections, and now you are living on Spruce Street, you should send a letter to the credit bureaus that says Elm Street is an incorrect address for you and to remove it from your records. Do that before you dispute the derogatory credit on that Visa card. That way, when the credit bureaus receive the credit investigation form that says the Visa card is not yours, they have no address tying it to you. That will help in getting the derogatory credit removed. However, if you still live on Elm Street and you have current positive credit cards tied to Elm Street, then you won't be able to remove Elm Street and should not try. This secret won't work for everyone, but if it applies to you, then you definitely want to use it. Coming up next, even though credit inquiries are not a major factor in credit scoring, they do count. The next chapter explains what every citizen needs to know about credit inquiries. Okay, so here are the sample letters at the end of the chapter that she was talking about. You have the sample letter to the credit bureau for incorrect names to be removed. There's also a link to get the whole sample packet of letters in the description. Here's the second one. And the third one. This is for the addresses.